I have a riddle for you. What does a computer, grapes, blueberries, cucumber, bread, banana, paperclip, sparkling water, a candle, muffins, toilet paper, a blindfold, a pack of playing cards, and a quarter all have in common? What, you don't know? Okay, fine. I will tell you. They're going to help me set a world record. Well, maybe.
Starting now.
Wait, before we continue, I feel like I need to explain why I'm doing this.
So I've been doing some thinking, and there's the Forbes 30 under 30 list, there's 40 under 40, and 50 under 50, but what about 80 under 80? I need more time.
We all have goals, but sometimes they don't happen by the time that you thought they would. And then, of course, there's social media to give you that feeling of being behind in life. And I always wondered, how is this possible? I was under the impression that people in my generation were all struggling and most of us are broke. So are they smarter than me? Are they harder working than me? I mean, how are they able to do this? Or maybe they have some sort of privilege, they have some trust fund set up by their parents or something like that. We definitely live in a youth-obsessed culture, and I notice this a lot when I look at the news. I'll see a story that talks about some young person selling a company for a lot of money, and I notice that they always make sure to include the age in there. And whenever I see this, I feel like the news is kind of being passive-aggressive with me. It's almost like it's asking, so, what have you done with your life lately?
But then what if a 50-year-old sells a company for $10 million? They usually don't include the age in the headline. It just says, hey, some guy sold some company for $10 million. And I always wondered, why is that? I mean, how come our society is not just as impressed with the person who took a long time to accomplish their goals and never gave up than the person who accomplished them really quickly? You know how many years of patience, setbacks, and perseverance it took for that person to accomplish those goals? And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that young people don't deserve credit when they accomplish something, because they definitely do. It's a huge deal. I just find it weird that our society looks at the accomplishments of older people a little bit differently than younger people. Lately, I've been really thinking about my accomplishments in both my personal and my professional life. And I'm not gonna lie, the more I thought about it, the more underwhelmed I felt. I mean, looking back, I don't know, what have I done? I've been laid off a few times. I had a business that didn't work out. This is my third YouTube channel attempt, and it just didn't really feel good. So I wanted to do something, like anything. It needs to be something that's impressive, something that maybe the average person hasn't done. And then that's when it occurred to me, I want to try and break a world record.
So, what do you do when you're trying to do something that you've never done before? It was time to do some research, and the first thing I did was go to the Guinness World Record website, and I started looking at a bunch of different categories. And there were so many different records, most of which were really crazy things that you just never would have thought of in a million years. And there were also some records that I saw that there just would be no way I would be able to pull them off because I didn't have the same amount of resources in terms of manpower and money in order to make it a reality. And with so many records, it was hard to look through them all, but I looked at as many as I could and I didn't see any that I thought I'd be able to break. And I started worrying that maybe this was a terrible idea and I should just drop it. But then I saw something which changed my mind. I was going to do most attempts of different world records in 30 minutes, but I needed some criteria for the records that I do. It has to be free or cheap, it has to be quick, 1 minute or less, and it has to be something that I could easily do at home because I live in a 1-bedroom house. I do not have a lot of space.
So in total, I have about 50 different records that I'm going to be trying. Now the thing is, I don't have to actually beat the records that I'm doing. All I have to do is attempt the most amount of records within 30 minutes. I think the hardest part is going to be remembering all of the records that I have to beat. So my printer is out of ink, of course, so I hand wrote all of the records that I'm going to be doing. Look at that, I probably just beat a record right there. Most records handwritten on a piece of paper. Look, there we go. I think what's going to be really challenging is doing the actual records, but then also I have to keep track of the timer and keep track of my list, and that might slow me down a little bit. So I have all of my materials gathered right here in the same place so I can be as most efficient as possible. With that being said, let's get started. Hey Google, set a timer for 30 minutes.
Got it. 30 minutes. And that's starting now.
Oh, it's so dry. Okay, I failed that. Oh. Oh my god. Are you serious? I should not have done this right after lunch. I'm just gonna try and finish them up, and I already started. How am I supposed to eat all of this? Alright, that's insane. I barely made a dent. Oh my god. I'm so out of shape. Ow, fuck. Ow. Ow, my eye. Oh my god, this is wild. I feel like I don't know if it's gonna stick in my beard. Oh, it does. Good. No. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There. Oh my god. I don't even know if I can do a one-level house. Are you serious? I know this next one's gonna be impossible. Ace of spades, 10 of spades, 10 of clubs, jack of diamonds, 10 of hearts, 5 of hearts. Oh my god. Overall, I think it went pretty well. I did 27 challenges within 30 minutes, which is averaging almost 1 a minute, so that's, I think, pretty good. I mean, I would like to try it again, maybe when I'm not filming this for YouTube, and maybe I could have someone help me out, handing me props and that kind of thing. I'm not really expecting to break a world record, but if it does happen, that would be really cool. And if it does happen, you'll definitely be the first to know. Well, maybe my family first, but then you, for sure.
But then when I went to the application page, I saw that on average it takes 12 weeks, but it could be up to 16 weeks. So it definitely might be quite a while before I hear back.
But no matter what happens, I had a lot of fun doing it, and in a way that's kind of a win within itself. And I think that it's also just a really great reminder that even though it can really suck sometimes, failure is just a necessary part on the path to success. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with failing. But if you could help me not fail by watching another one of my videos, I'd really appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one.